Right now, we are getting to my top 5 wide receiver breakout candidates for the 2024 NFL season. We've got football right around the corner, folks. Preseason week 1. This week, obviously, already had the Hall of Fame game, had some big time receiver performances there. Colin Johnson playing out of his mind, Xavier Hutchinson getting the job done for the Texans as well. But we're looking at 5 breakout wide receiver candidates, guys that I think have good situations, good offenses, and a lot of talent that is going to help them kind of break through and have big seasons. And this is not fantasy football advice. This is not a fantasy football show. Can this analysis potentially help you in fantasy football? Maybe. But again, not a fantasy show here. Just looking at 5 wide receivers I think are going to help their football team win football games and be competitive on the offensive side of the ball here in 2024. What are we looking for? We're looking for skill set. We're looking for situation. We're looking at opportunity. All these things are going to contribute to this list. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. We're going to get kicked off here with Jackson Smith and Jigba. This is not in any order. These are just 5 football players I strongly believe in at the wide receiver position in 2024. Jackson Smith and Jigba going into his 2nd season in the league. Dealt with some injuries early on last year, but this is a player in a what should be a high volume passing offense, a vertical strike passing offense. 2 guys on the outside that can get it done at a high level. Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Geno Smith slinging the rock, Ryan Grubb dialing up some play calls. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to feast over the middle of the field in this offense. I think the Seahawks spent premium capital to acquire him, and so I think that they're going to continue to try to not force him the football, but to get him open and get him the football. And he's an elite route runner with great hands. I think he's going to dominate from the slot for the Seattle Seahawks for a long time, be a slot superstar, right? And a guy that I think can vault himself into one of the top slot receivers in the NFL in short order. Again, because he's physical, he is a great route runner. Elite technician, great hands. I think he's got the total package. He's not like an elite athlete in terms of his verticality and his top speed, but you don't need to be to win from the slot with his skill set. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to do really good things for the Seattle Seahawks in 2024 and beyond. And if y'all enjoy the content here, please consider subscribing. Helps out a ton. You can also like the video. Getting into this second player we're looking at here, Marquise Hollywood Brown. He has broken out before. Like, he's had some good seasons in the NFL, but kind of went into obscurity down in Arizona. There was injuries to Hollywood. Kyler Murray had injuries, a lot of turnover, a lot of turmoil down in Arizona. I do think the Cardinals are starting to head in the right direction, but I think Hollywood Brown's headed in the right direction with Patrick Mahomes throwing him the football. They also have Xavier Worthy, who's another speedster, but as much as I think Xavier Worthy's skill set with Patrick Mahomes throwing him the football and within a Andy Reid offense is exciting, Worthy is not used to the physicality and speed of NFL defenses. Hollywood Brown, however, has experience, and I think he's going to be looking to get back on track when he's on a 1-year deal. A guy that's looking to earn another big contract in the NFL. Still should have a lot of good football in front of him at his age, and with his experience, his skill set, I think is underrated. And I think that he has a strong chance to be the Kansas City Chiefs' 2nd leading receiver in terms of receptions and maybe even lead them in yards. He's going to be able to push vertically down the field, but I think he can win at all 3 levels. No, he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's a good route runner. He knows how to separate. He knows how to go get the football. I think he's going to be a reliable target for Patrick Mahomes, much more reliable than a lot of the guys you've seen as downfield threats since Tyreek Hill left. And no, he's not Tyreek Hill. Nobody is. But I think Hollywood Brown has a chance to be his most effective vertical receiver since Tyreek Hill. I strongly believe that. So I think Hollywood's going to have a big year. Keon Coleman, yes, a rookie on the list. Keon Coleman. So this was a player that prospect coming out in the draft this year that a lot of folks just wanted to fade because of his separation metrics. But you go back and you look at him healthy early on in the season for Florida State before he got injured, before he started playing through injury. He was just dunking on folks. And look, as much as I love Jordan Travis as a college quarterback, all my friends are Florida State fans for the most part. Watch every Florida State game. Jordan Travis does not have a strong arm. He does not play on time all that much. So Keon Coleman was not in the best situation. I honestly think you go back and look at how he was utilized and aligned at Michigan State, and you saw a guy that was on the verge of stardom. And it happened early on at Florida State, but again, the injuries took place, inconsistent quarterback play, some other situations going on. But I think Keon Coleman, with Josh Allen throwing him the football in this offense, is he necessarily going to be like the top guy in terms of receptions? No, I mean, they have Dalton Kincaid. They also have Khalil Shakir, who they really like. They brought in Curtis Samuel. They have Dawson. Like, they're going to feed a lot of mouths. But I think Keon Coleman is going to have the ability to win vertically, to win in contested catch situations. And I think that Josh Allen is going to love throwing him the football. Just saying, I'm going to go give this guy a chance. And Josh Allen loves to do that. Going to go give Keon Coleman a chance. And more often than not, he's going to come down with it. People say, oh, well, you look at Keon Coleman's actual contested catch rate in 2024. Go look at those contested catch attempts. Check them out. Did those look like quality contested catch attempts to you? The ones that he wasn't coming down with? No. They were late. They were not on time. They were often poorly placed footballs. Keon Coleman is going to be a stud in the NFL. I strongly believe that. And I think he's going to start proving that in year one with Josh Allen throwing him the football. I'm excited to see what he can do in Buffalo. Another player, former first-round pick, pretty exciting in my opinion. Jameson Williams, I think, has a lot more opportunity this year. Obviously served a suspension last year to start the season and then battled through injuries early on during his rookie year. Probably needed to mature a little bit and get used to the speed and physicality of the NFL game, but he has an opportunity to be a high-volume target in this offense. Yes, you have Amon-Ra St. Brown, you have Sam Laporta, you have Jahmyr Gibbs. All those guys are going to catch the football a lot. But Jameson Williams has an opportunity to take his game to the next level. I think he has the talent and athleticism and speed to do so. I think he's in an offensive ecosystem that should help him flourish. I think it's going to be really exciting to see him with the Detroit Lions this year and Ben Johnson's offense. Probably the last year he's going to be able to be in this offense. I think Ben Johnson's got to be a head coach after the 2024 campaign, but I'm excited to see what Jameson Williams does here. Jahan Dotson, if you've been paying attention here on the channel, I'm not the highest on the Washington Commanders situation. I don't love Cliff Kingsbury as an NFL coach, as an offensive coordinator in this league. I think that there's issues with the offensive line. I worry a little bit about Jaden Daniels and his penchant for running into contact, for just kind of wildly taking hits, running with reckless abandon. But if there's one thing I do believe in with this Commanders offense is their downfield passing attack. I think Jaden Daniels, when he does get time to throw in the pocket, and don't always need that much time to throw it deep, on some of these slot fades and go balls and things of that nature. I think Terry McLaurin's going to feast, obviously. But I think Jahan Dotson, with Jaden Daniels at quarterback, is going to have a big-time year 3 in the NFL. I think he's going to show out. This is a guy that plays much bigger than his frame, can go up and get the football, a great route runner, super twitchy. I just think that he is in a very good situation now. Even though I'm a little nervous about the Commanders as a whole, I think Jahan Dotson, Terry McLaurin, and Jaden Daniels can put up some numbers this year. I really do. Now, I do have a bonus receiver situation that is changing by the moment. Josh Downs went down in camp today at Indianapolis Colts training camp. High ankle sprain is the word. They're expecting him to be out for about a month, which obviously the season starts in about a month. So you might not be missing any time in the regular season, maybe a week, maybe 2, not sure. But Adonai Mitchell, rookie wide receiver for the Indianapolis Colts, another one. There were questions about his production profile, his yards per route run. Everybody kind of putting all these wide receivers under the microscope. This is another guy like Keon Coleman, not really a similar play style, but he can absolutely ball. His route running, his flexibility, his quickness at his size, and obviously the speed and vertical threat ability. 40-inch vert, 4.3 speed. Adonai Mitchell, man, and you've seen the training camp highlights, and I know everybody wants to poo-poo training camp highlights, and usually I do too, but this guy moves different. He tracks the ball different. He makes plays different. I think with Anthony Richardson throwing him the football, playing opposite Michael Pittman, hopefully Josh Downs does come back, because I don't even necessarily think that's a bad thing. But the good thing for Adonai Mitchell right now is he should be getting more and more and more and more targets throughout training camp in the preseason, because Josh Downs is not going to be out there. And they don't play the same position. Josh Downs is in the slot more often. Adonai Mitchell probably should be at Z more often with Michael Pittman at X. But the bottom line is Josh Downs is a high volume target. With Josh Downs not out there in practice, preseason, Adonai Mitchell should get featured even more. And that should give him more and more confidence. Anthony Richardson, more confidence throwing the football to him. And I think he has a chance to have a big rookie year. I thought that this guy should have been a first-round pick all day. I thought Keon Coleman should have been a first-round pick. 2 receivers that fell to the second round, who I am still in on, okay? Can't quit with Adonai Mitchell and can't quit with Keon Coleman. I think both of these guys are going to be fantastic in the NFL. Would love to know what y'all think about some potential breakout wide receivers here in 2024. Let me know what you think about my list in the comment section below. If you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe. You can also hit that notification bell so you don't miss a show here. Y'all have a good one.